my friends. Welcome to episode 100 part B of Why Did I Buy This? This series started as a way to help crafters find unique ways to use products that they have in their collections. It's also a great series for new crafters who are wondering what they need to be successful. My name is Lindsay. I am the team leader of Cloud9 Stampers. I have been a demonstrator now for 19 years. I love to craft, I love to teach, and I love technique. So this has been a very fun series for me. I can't believe we're at 100 episodes. And because 100 episodes is so special, I've broken it into 3 parts today. Not only to celebrate 100 episodes, but also because we are celebrating the arrival of our new annual catalog. So this is the big book. This is the one that has all of the things in it that you know and love, or will come to know and love, including all of our basic supplies, adhesive supplies, that kind of thing. So it really does make for like your foundational stamping supplies. Go ahead and say hi. Tell me where you're tuning in from. You let me know if this is your first time watching or if you've been around for all of 100 episodes. For those of you who are new, you can go back into my video library of this Facebook page and you can see all of the previous episodes. So if you're like, what, 100? Yeah, they're all there. And in every episode, there's at least 3 projects. So there's tons and tons and tons of ideas and techniques, and it's all there for you to enjoy. Now, the best compliment that you can give me is to share this video with your friends. So now is a really good time. Just go ahead and hit that share button. And also, if you see something you like or you're enjoying the project, let me know in the comments. Give me some hearts. It's always encouraging to know I'm not talking to myself. Although I do that too. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Beverly. Good to see you guys both. Yeah, this is such an exciting time when we have a new catalog. It's one of the things that demonstrators enjoy so much, and I know my crafters do too. It's just really fun to get to see all of the new artwork, all of the new trends in color, and so on. So if you missed earlier at 10 a.m. today, I did an episode all about the new 5 in colors. Those are the trendy colors that will now be with us for the next 2 years. They come in a ton of products, all coordinating together. So go back and rewatch that one if you missed that one. This afternoon at 3 o'clock, we're also going to have another episode. So be sure to tune in for that one as well. Deanna, you've seen all 100? Thanks for watching, my friend. I appreciate it. Deanna and I have known each other a long time. Hi, Jacqueline. Thanks for saying hi. Okay, so we are gonna get started. Before I start with the projects, I wanted to tell you a little bit about some specials I'm offering in May. Number 1, if you comment in any of the 3 videos today, in any of the 3 parts, your name is going to be entered into a draw to win the projects that I'm making today. You can be from anywhere in the world because I'm not sending product, I'm sending made cards. So go ahead and comment, and then next Friday oh no, I'm not gonna be here next Friday. Okay, backstory. Okay, you guys remember me telling you my daughter made it to the national championships for rhythmic gymnastics. So next week I'm going to be in the thick of in Vancouver, so I'm not going to be in town. So I'll keep you posted what the next one's going to be. I'll see if I can fit it into the day, maybe at the hotel. Anyway, not your problem. I'll let you know, and we're going to do the draw when I do my next Why Did I Buy This? Yay, Christine, you made it. Hooray. Hi, Jen. Hi, Corinne. It's good to see you. Oh, Christine, hello from Ontario. Yeah, thanks, Noreen. Congratulations to my daughter. It's exciting, and so she's been a rhythmic gymnast now for 15 years. She started when she was 3, and nationals is like the big competition, and it's also her final competition because she's graduating and she's moving to Vancouver for university. So yeah, it's bittersweet, but we're really excited to go and watch her and cheer for her, and I hope she has a good competition that she feels good about, you know? Oh, hello, Lisa, tuning in on your lunch break. Okay, so here is what we're working with for the May specials. I'm just gonna grab my sheet so I don't forget. So first of all, the host code, I have it written down on my work surface today. It's also on my Cloud9 Stampers website under ordering specials. You can go see it there. If you enter the host code with a $60 order before shipping and tax, you're going to receive a class that I'm calling a different kind of mask. So it's the, instead of these kinds of masks, we're doing crafting masks. So there's a new product that's come out in the annual catalog, and it is super fun. It's a masking product, and it's going to make it really, really easy for you to be able to do masking techniques, and I'm going to show you how to do it 4 different ways. So the class is going to come to your door. It's going to be all the pre-cut supplies. All you need is some basic adhesive supplies, a neutral ink pad, and you're going to have the like a greeting set of your choice. I'm going to show you one right now that it's so good. So that's if you place a $60 order. If your order reaches 100, you're going to receive those things, as well as you're going to receive a pack of the glossy dots in the mail. These glossy dots are stunning, and they're part of a suite that we're going to be talking about today. If your order reaches 180, you're going to receive the class, the dots, and you're going to also be receiving entries into a draw for 6 Stampin' Blends of your choice of color. And that's going to happen with every $60 you order. So you get 3 entries with a 180 order. With a 200 order, you're not going to put in the host code because you're going to receive the rewards yourself. So when you do that, you're going to receive at least $20 for free. And the more you order, of course, the more rewards you get. So very exciting. All right, let's get started. It looks like we have lots of friends here. Be sure to go ahead and hit share on this video. And while you do that, I am going to just awkwardly transition to my workspace here. All right, friends, let's get started with some very happy crafting. So we're going to be looking at a couple of things today. I've got it open to the Hues of Happiness page, which this one definitely makes me happy, so I love that. But what we're going to be working with is something called the Lovely Layers Vellum. This is really nice because it comes in a 3 3/4 by 5 inch, so it's all ready to layer on top of your card making. And let me show you what these look like. So I'm just going to slide this aside for a sec. So you have all of these vellum pieces, and they have different printed patterns on them. I'm just going to let you see what the printed patterns are. So fun. Okay, we've got a circle, and then there's just a whole stack of blank. And there's actually one with dots too. Where am I missing that? I probably left it in the pile somewhere. Oh, here it is. There. So there's these 4 different designs, plus there's like these pre-cut vellum papers. And they're different than our vellum cardstock. It is thinner, so it does have a little bit more like of a floaty feel to it. The Hues of Happiness is on back order already. The good news is this is with us for a whole year, so you will have some time to go ahead and shop for that. So these are the 4 different, Jenny says it's the dies that are on back order. Okay, gotcha. Yay, hi Denise. Okay, so these are the different prints that we're working with. And we are going to also be incorporating in this beautiful Hues of Happiness line. So you can see here, when all of the items are in stock, you can use this 1 item code to be able to get all of the things that are featured underneath in the description. So it has beautiful designer series paper. It has this stunning line drawn floral set, really beautiful colors that incorporate with it. And then, of course, the die set once it's available. The other thing we're going to be working with is I wanted to show you the bundle that comes with this vellum pack. So this is kind of unique. Like, normally when we think of a bundle with our 10% discount, we are doing a stamp set with a die or a punch. But this time, we're doing a stamp set with a pack of vellum, which is so different, and I love that. So just something to kind of pay attention to. I'm going to incorporate both because I couldn't pick just one, and we only have 3 episodes today. So let me show you the Hues of Happiness paper. So we have this gorgeous rainbow kind of looking color palette. You can see all of these different floral images. And then when you flip it over, you can see the other patterns. And of course, we've got a little pool party mixed in there. That makes your pal happy. So let's start with our first project today. As I mentioned, here is the host code that you're going to be using today when you place your order, or for the month of May, sorry, I should say. And then you will be able to receive the rewards that I'm offering. So the first one we're going to be working with, I'm going to be bringing in the plain vellum. And what I have done is cut it in half. So when you cut it in half, you can get this little look. And I've run it through the die set, and I've used this die here. So these dies are called the Blossoming Happiness dies. And when you run it through like this, you get this little lacy cutout look. Isn't that beautiful? So we're gonna layer that onto a card. So I'm gonna bring in the bits and pieces for this card. So let me just kind of pile this stuff out here. So this is a fancy fold card that my friend Kelly taught me, and it was one that she gave me a Christmas gift for. So I'm going to bring in some strips of Designer Series paper from that Hues of Happiness line, and we're going to layer it on the outside. So I'm going to take my adhesive, and I've got a 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of black cardstock, and we're just going to use our Stampin' Seal, and we're going to layer that on just like so. So we've got these 2 little strips. Next, I have a 3 inch by 7 inch piece of our peacock, well, no, what is this called? Parakeet Party. We're going to take this piece of paper, and I'm going to use a bone folder to give it a press like that. So this is going to layer onto our card like that. So we'll just use our adhesive to stick that down. Sorry, my landscapers just showed up. I hope that's not too noisy for you guys. Okay, we're going to stick that onto the card front. So that gives us this little fun flappy dealy. So it's really easy fancy fold. It's just a little bit of a different card opening. Now we're going to bring in that piece of vellum from the lovely layers, right? Lovely layers? Yes, lovely layers. And we're going to be layering some things over top of this. So I'm not going to get too fussy with where I'm putting the adhesive. I'm just going to find some spots that can kind of grab hold of the Stampin' Seal. And now we're going to take that and layer it onto our card front, like that. The next thing is that paper that I showed you has beautiful floral images that is perfectly designed to coordinate with the dies. So this is probably why those dies have already been so popular. So just to kind of give you an example, so we've got a rose, we've got the big flower, we have leaves, and we have more leaves. So basically every single image that you see on here has a coordinating die. I just have to puzzle it and find it. There we go. Wait, no, this one goes this way. Like that. And then I think there's one more. Where is it now? Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm just gonna slide this down so you can see. Like that. So you can see this Designer Series paper coordinates with the dies beautifully well. I'm gonna throw this aside. I've already done the pre-cutting for you, so I've got a bunch of the Designer Series paper already cut out. So let's go ahead and start to assemble this. I'm going to use the big flower as my focal point. So I'm going to use some dimensionals, and we're gonna throw that on here as like our starting spot. Then I'm going to use my adhesive to create some different layers. So I'm gonna put this one here, and then I'll use a dimensional up here. So remember I said we don't need to worry too much about where the adhesive went because we're covering up those spots. And then finally, we'll do another one down here like that. So the other thing we've got is these little leaves that I've cut out. So we're gonna use our adhesive and stick that in like that, just kind of overlap it. And this one we're going to do the same below. This, like that. Okay, so remember I promised that I was going to show you a new greeting set that you are going to absolutely want. This one is a $1 Million Achiever set, and I think it was Lisa Crucio's set that she helped develop when you reached the $1 million in sales with Stampin' Up. And the thing that I love the best about this is there is a die set that coordinates to cut out every single one of the greetings. So it looks like you fussy cut it out, those greetings, perfectly. So I've already stamped and die cut one to show you. Like, that is the perfect amount of white space around. Right, Denise? Oh my gosh, I know. Okay, you guys are excited about this too. This blew my mind. It literally, when the catalog went live, it was the first thing I put in my cart. I am so happy about this. So if you take any of my classes, I guarantee this is one particular purchase you're going to want to have, because it's going to make my classes so easy to be able to have that greeting set. I love the font. I love the sayings. I love everything about it. I like the size. It's like just the right size. So here you can see is what that looks like. So I just have a finished one here, and all I did to kind of fancy it up a little bit was I used that new ombre in color 6x6, and I added teeny tiny little strips to be able to add that on. So there you have our first little thank you card. Cute, right? Oh my gosh, I know. Okay, so let's move on to the next project. So this one, we're going to bring in, I'm just gonna put away these dies so that I don't lose one, accidentally throw them away. Have you ever done that? Not fun. Okay, the next one, I'm going to bring in the vellum sheet that looks like this. And I'm just going to grab my snips, and I'm quickly going to cut out. I'm just going to fussy cut out this little vellum circle. So I'm not going to use the whole sheet this time. Do you stamp the sentiment and cut the shape after? So I personally do, because I like to make sure it's lined up, but you could use your whatchamacallit, your Stamparatus. If you were doing multiples, you could cut out the shape and then line it up and then stamp in after. Yeah, there's some really nice stamp sets, right? You have to take some time to really like look through the catalog to see all the good things. Okay, so we've got this little vellum layer all ready to go. I'm going to set that aside. And next I'm going to bring in a piece of the orchid, no, this is Starry Sky. This is the Starry Sky paper. So remember I was saying it's really not a navy. It's definitely more of the, like a really, really dark purple. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring in the new fern embossing folder. I'm going to open it up. And you want to find the side that has the fern layered. So on this particular one, the fern is raised. I'm just trying to figure it out. It's raised on the side that doesn't have the logo. So I'm going to bring in my craft white ink, and I'm going to ink it up. And we're going to stick in our cardstock. Now you're going to run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. If you don't emboss it, you don't really get much. I mean, you could kind of like rub and get a stamped image, but we're going to emboss it as well, and that's going to give us this look. So what happens is, because we've put it on the raised side, that white ink stamps and embosses at the same time, so it impresses into the paper, and it looks like those sun prints, which I think that embossing folder is from that collection. Okay, we're gonna keep working through our card here. So now I'm bringing in a piece of basic white, and we're bringing in a stamp from that Happiness Abounds stamp set. So we're going to use this big flower, and I'm going to stamp with my Memento ink. Like so. And then I'm going to use my new ink pad, the Starry Sky, and a sponge dauber. So this is a really fun way to do some quick coloring with your ink pads. So I'm just going to open it up and grab a little bit of ink, and I'm just going to take off kind of a little bit of ink so that it's not so juicy. And I'm going to start on the outside of the flower, and I'm going to go all the way around in little tiny circles, all the way around, and then just keep blending that ink into the flower, like that. Then we'll use the, yeah, that embossing folder is amazing, Julie, isn't it? Then we're going to use the die, and we're going to cut that out. And we're also going to stamp that greeting from Charming Sentiments. We're going to stamp the wishing you everything wonderful and die cut it to get this. So let me show you the finished project. So this is what it looks like when we assemble it all together. I love when we have a new color to work with the monochromatic. So this really showcases how rich and beautiful that color is. And you'll see I've incorporated in some new embellishments. These are so hefty, like they definitely add like a solid weight to it. These are called the Flowers Adhesive Back Trinkets, and they come with silver, kind of like a brass, and then a gold. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, I see all your hearts. Thank you so much. The other thing that I did was I added some of that baker's twine, which is part of the new In Color collection. So it gives you some twine to coordinate with all of the 5 colors, as well as I brought in my water painter, and I used the white craft ink, and I just splattered over top of both the vellum and the card base, and that gives you that little speckled look. Oh, thank you guys so much for all of your compliments. I love to see those. Okay, we're going to move on to our final project for part B, and this is the PYP card. So I'm going to bring in some of our new blends. I have here the Tahitian Tide, and I have the Starry Night. I'm using the light ones from both of those. This time, I am bringing in my speckled one, and we are going to just flip it over so it's on the back side. The nice thing about this is there's not really a lot of difference between the front and the back. I can just tell that the black is just a little bit darker on the one. So I thought what I would do is try the blends technique that we have learned how to do with vellum. So I'm going to start by putting a darker circle in the middle. And we are going to use Tahitian Tide. It's the T's that trip me up. And we're going to go over top of the edges. We're going to go all the way around. Just like so. Okay. And then we're going to bring in my trusty aqua painter that has the alcohol inside it. Now we're going to just go ahead and, oh, I've got some white on there from my other project. Let me just clean that off. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and dab alcohol. Just kind of drip and drop it along this inside of it. Jenny's asking if I've seen the tumblers yet in person. I haven't, not yet, but they look beautiful. I'm keen to shop for a new coffee tumbler. You know me, I love my coffee. So we're just going ahead and like having alcohol interact with the alcohol blends to get a really fun background effect. I'm just kind of going over the edges to sort of draw out the edges here. Awesome. Oh, you have a package and you weren't sure what to do? Okay, well, I'm your girl. Now you know. Okay, so ideally, you would just go ahead and let this dry. So while we're doing that, I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to bring in a piece of basic white. So the basic white is going to be our backdrop for a couple of our flowers. And this is from that Happiness Abounds stamp set once again. So I'm going to ink up our little rose here. I mean, stunning. I love the artwork on this one. I don't think I've ever seen a rose stamp set before. That's saying something because I've seen a lot of floral stamp sets in my life. So we're going to go ahead and bring in some of the new colors. What I wanted to show you again was just how unique this sorbet color is. Sweet sorbet. So this color is definitely more pink than it is red. So I'm using the dark one first, and we're kind of giving the center of the rose a little bit more shadowing kind of look because it's all tightly wound up. You know how that color hasn't quite had much light into it yet. I'm gonna kind of give this one here a little bit too, like so. And then the light one, look at how beautiful that is. Oh, hi, Anne Granger. Okay, we're gonna go now over top of where we've laid down that dark color, just like so. Okay, and then if you want, you can even bring in something like Flirty Flamingo. This is the dark Flirty Flamingo. And see what I mean about the pink? So we're just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of a different tone to our Sweet Sorbet, but it matches like incredibly well. So a little bit lighter, a little bit more pink on the ends, because that's where the light would catch our rose, right? You can use that to kind of blend it together. So, I mean, amazing, right? So here you can see a little bit more close up. So our vellum is curling up because it is wet, but let me just speed up the drying process here with my heat tool. You can see how long I've been a demonstrator by the logos that are on some of my tools. But of course, I've had this heat tool for almost 20 years and it still works just like a charm. And my products get a lot of use. So there we go. So I've got it all dried. I'm flipping it over now. And now you can see that alcohol reaction that's happened with the blends and shining through on our vellum. So let me bring in the finished project. So there you can see is the finished work. I ran my vellum through the Big Boss with the rectangular stitch die. I've added in a few more colors. And of course, the leaves I've colored with that Parakeet Party, which it just is such a fun color. The other thing I wanted to show you, this is just kind of a sidebar. When you're working with vellum, of course, I always tell you guys about how you need to work with the adhesive to make sure you're not having it interact with the vellum. So one of the tricks you can use is to put adhesive over the whole thing, and then you can't tell where the adhesive is. So I've taken an adhesive sheet and I'm layering it on top of a piece of the basic white. I'm going to grab the edge of it and remove the sticker back. And I'm going to bring in that sheet that we just made, and I'm going to layer it on top of the adhesive. And if you want, you can bring in a bone folder to just press out any of, if you get any wrinkles, it kind of just helps to make sure the wrinkles all flatten out. So now you can really see that work of the alcohol, and then you can run that through with your rectangular stitch die, and that gives you that. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Okay, so let me show you the finished projects one more time. We have this alcohol blends background. We have the just cutting out our circle and using it as a focal point. And here we've got just the plain vellum paper with our little die. Okay, now if you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, my wish list is massive, then one of the things to consider is we have a starter kit special on for the month of May. So at any time, it's a great time to be a demonstrator, but during the month of May, not only do you get to pick $165 of product of your choice, anything you want, you only pay $135, there's no shipping or tax charge, and you're getting an additional $91 worth of in-color products. So you get grid paper, you get a package of assorted cardstock, you get the 5 ink pads in the new ink pad collection, and you get a package of 6x6 designer series paper. So very, very amazing. I'm gonna flip you around one more time so we can chat face to face. All right, we have finished part B. So we have one more part. Part C is going to be at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Make sure you tune in. Remember, all of the comments that I see on the videos are going to be entered into a draw to win the projects that I've been making. So anyone in the world can go ahead and comment, and I'll just mail you the projects. And yeah, it's a great time to place an order with the new catalog. So if you place an order, you will be allowed to take advantage of the ordering specials that I am offering this month. So go ahead and take a peek at the catalog and let me know if you have any questions. Okay, bye for now. We'll see you at 3 o'clock.